There I am. I had to unmute there. Hey guys, Joe's on for this week. Uh, nice scroll, by the way, there, Rick. I didn't wasn't expecting that. Nice job.
Thanks, sir. Trying
Always.
to try not to get a copyright strike every time we do it.
Yeah, exactly, right? The wonderful world of YouTube and Facebook and whatever else we got going on here. Yep. So, another week, another $20 spent for some of us, I'm sure. And considering some of the communiques that we've gotten this week, some fun, some frustration. So let's, before we go there, which I'm sure we will go there before we're done, let's jump right to Mr. John and see what he's got going on this week.
A lot of stuff. All right, so before I really get started, I'll give a rundown on yesterday. Met up with Shane and Jason Adams, and we've done some trading, swapping, and then Shane and Nancy and Melanie and Marshall, we kind of hit some stores and ended up traveling around a little bit. Stayed out till midnight. So real quick, I'll just kind of run through and what I picked up. Actually, a lot of this for my anniversary, because tomorrow's Nancy and I's 24th anniversary, and so most of what I bought yesterday was off on her dime. She had some money put away for our anniversary, and she said, "I want you to go out and have fun today and kind of enjoy it." So
nice.
I started out. I took a whole bunch of trade paperbacks, and I done some cleaning on my shelves and got rid of a bunch of books and all that I wanted to get rid of, and take it over to What the Nerd over in Albertville, which, by the way, is moved locations. They're right on 431 now. Before, if you're heading toward Gunnersville, it's on the left before you get to Walmart and down that way. Thank you for it. And so took some stuff over there. Saw some great stuff in the store that I really liked, but I had self-control. I said, no, I got to, So sold the books and got a little money for Nancy's birthday coming up in a couple of weeks. So.
Nice.
Anyway, so we went over and met Shane, and Jason was holding some stuff, a couple of items for me. So I traded him I had him a issue of G.I. Joe #1 I'd been holding on to for a while that I got a while back in a trade. And so just real quick, I'll kind of show. I traded. He got me the droid. I never saw C-3PO. I found R2 and Boba Fett, but I never found C-3PO. So he got me one of those.
Geez, that's mint too, isn't it?
Oh yeah, it's beautiful. The card's beautiful. It's excellent.
Nice.
If I ain't careful, it won't be time I'm done. So another thing, I missed out on it. I was working that day when they were available, and then they come up available like a week later, and I missed it again. Was the Origins Grizzlor that they done on Mattel Creations.
Cool.
So he had me one of those, and he had picked up the other two Ghostbusters that I needed to finish the set with the slime variation or slime version. I picked up Zed Moore and Ray a couple of weeks ago, and he found Egon Ray, and he found Ray and Egon for me. I picked up Peter and Winston, so that completed that set. Because I'd had the first wave that come out that had Gozer and had the build the dog.
Yeah, I know.
And also got the 2-pack that had the other dog with Rick Moranis' character.
Oh, cool.
His name's eluded me right now.
Yeah, gone for me. Yeah.
But anyway, so I picked. He swapped me out those, and so then we went over to 50 Taters and eat, and then hit Ollie's. And Ollie's, I don't know why I let Shane talk me into getting this figure. But I mean, for $5.99, it's kind of a cool figure. But I kind of like the maces that he come with.
Oh, nice!
I thought those would be cool dreadnought weapons, and for $6, I thought, man, why not? And then I didn't know until I saw them in Walmart about a week ago that the gliders that they done those individually, where you could buy just the gliders. And believe it or not, Ollie's had 2 of them. Well, they had 4. They had two had unicorns, and then 2 were just solid black. And they were $3.99 a piece. And they're like $20 at Walmart. So I want to get a Cobra logo and put on the top.
Cool.
And make a couple Cobra gliders out of that. And I got the one that I bought that was red. I was going to try to paint it, but this is even better because they're already black. And
Nice.
I noticed they got red highlights
Cool.
in there. So it's kind of Cobra colors already. Let's see, what else did I find it? That was all I found at Big Lots. Let's see, where'd we go next? We went to Bricks and Minifigs. I didn't pick anything up there. Let me turn this air conditioner off. I didn't realize that thing was still running. There we go. That's better. Can y'all hear me better now?
Yes, very.
Yeah. Thank you, My Little Pony, for the happy anniversary. So we went there. Of course, we had to hit Bigfoot Little Donuts. Then we made our way over to Rocket City Toys. Nancy bought me a little blind box that has all the little miniature World's Smallest.
Oh, cool.
So it had a Duke, a Bumblebee, the old sand bucket with a scoop, a little teddy bear, and it had a My Little Pony.
Oh, there you go.
Oh, My Little Pony.
Yeah. And so there's like 60 of them. You can buy them and collect it, and the little thing makes a storage bin, and they're stackable. I thought that was kind of neat. I thought that was pretty cool. And so she picked me up that, and I've never really. I hadn't really been into the Valorverse. I'd got on there back when Rick showed the Duster that they had to buy 5 get 1 free or something. And that's the only time I ever even got on their website. I got on there and looked, and I thought about it, but then I changed my mind. But so they had some Valorverse figures there, and I thought they had 2 of the special ops from Wave 3, and then they had about 5 of the Delta Trooper. And I kind of liked the green, but I thought, well, special ops might be neat. So I picked up 1 of each just to see what they were like. Like I said, I've never held a Valorverse figure before. So, man, why not? Try it out. And, so, and I have to say, I was kind of impressed with these. I do wish I'd got 2 of the Delta Trooper because I do like the green better. But I love the stand, and the stand fit. They fit. I mean, look.
Oh, nice.
They fit perfect. Stay on. I have to give them that. Give them that much. But I really like the green. And I don't know. I'd like to go back, maybe get a couple more of them, and do some head swaps, and maybe do like a Delta team with like Scarlet and Lady J, and maybe a Cover Girl. Get an extra head for each one of those, and pop on there and have like a Delta Force team there for the Joes. And I'd like to find because they have a male version. The male version, I looked online, and that's how I found those. It got me interested, so I started looking at them. The male version actually has an unmasked head and a masked head. These come with just 2 masked heads. They were one basically Caucasian and one was African American.
Yeah.
But the body on that, the Delta, and I was going to compare them because they said they were a little bit smaller than G.I. Joes. I don't know. Rick, do you have some of these?
Nope.
Any of the Valorverse figures?
I have the Valorverse figures. And
you got the Duster though, right? How does it compare to the Joes?
They match up with the Joes really great.
Oh, do they? So the male version is basically just like this. It would do great for like making clutch, or making like brake or Hawk, or some of the first Joes.
Yeah, the first one's Grunt.
Short fuse Grunt. Yeah.
Zap.
Yeah, Zap. Yeah.
Zap.
Right, Zap. And I was thinking this one right here. It's already black, solid black, so you could paint it red and make a Jinx. I just don't know about getting the emblem on her, the snake emblem on her chest or whatever that was that she had on her.
Dragon. Yeah.
The dragon. That's dragon.
There's probably a water transfer for it.
I'm sure there is. Yeah.
Yeah.
Rick's probably right on that. Yeah.
But I might have to. I'm gonna have to check these bases and see how they work with the classifieds. I might have to get some because they sell just the bases on their website. I saw that. But anyway, I thought those were kind of neat. Anyway, after we left Rocket City Toys, we went to the D next, and I broke down. I couldn't stand it no more. So next she says, "Anniversary, get you one." So I got the Super 7 bat.
I love my bats, man.
Yeah, I love my bats too. I looked at it. So I got to get that. And I went ahead while I was there because I really want that. I think it's the Wave 4 Baroness. It's got the flight helmet as one of the extra heads. And so Mike went ahead and pre-ordered me one. I think he said they were due out in December. And so he went ahead and pre-ordered me one. And, like I said, the guys that missed the episode where Mike was on, if you pre-order from the Deep, you get a 15% discount. So that covers your tax plus like 5% off. And so that's a good deal. And, I just, if you get them from there, if you pre-order it from there, stick with it, go and get it. Don't cancel if you find it somewhere else. Hang in there and get it from there. Cause I mean, they're like a mom and pop store. So that, they're not like Target or Walmart. I don't have no problem, or even Hasbro. I have no problem canceling their orders if I find them somewhere else. But, if you get them from a place like that or a local comic store, if you pre-order them there, don't cancel on them. Go ahead and, hold out and get them there if you can. But anyway, so I picked that up at the D, and then our last stop was Replay Toys, which, believe it or not, I found all 6 of the Afterlife figures on sale for $10 a piece.
Wow.
Well, actually, Nancy found them. Shane found them. Yeah. Okay. One, I knew somebody found them. Shane showed them to me. I wasn't sure how Nancy. I'm sure Nancy. Oh, I know. I'll take it back. Shane found them. Nancy gave him permission to tell me about them. That's right.
Oh, there you go.
But I hadn't taken them out of the box yet. But I did go ahead and open them up and get the terror dog, the Sentinel terror dog out. And put him together.
Oh, that's cool looking.
I'm gonna have to have a stand because he will not. Well, look there.
Oh, there you go.
He will stand up by himself. I've sat here for 30 minutes trying to stand him up and couldn't do it. How about that? But yeah. Now what you want to?
There he goes again.
Yeah. So anyway, I thought that there's no articulation in the leg.
Just don't touch him.
And then Shane tells me, well, there's a good Target on your way home you need to hit because they're always loaded with stuff. And so I said, okay, well, I'll hit it. So I hit the Target there. And so he's over another Target finding all kind of stuff, sending me pictures of Indiana Jones because I was telling him how I'd never seen one in the store. And he sends me a picture of the Indiana Jones. They had one figure, and it was Indiana Jones hanging on the shelf. The only thing I found that I didn't already have, I did find the Sorceress. And that was basically it. So I told him, I said, yeah, you send me over there so I don't go to the store where all the good stuff really is. So anyway, that was our pickups, or my pickups yesterday, and I'm sure Shane will get to his after a while. Had a good time. After we left, parted ways, they had to go to Walmart because Melanie had to stop and pick up some beer to feed her slugs, as she said. I translated that to mean my husband and his friend so slow at looking at toys, it's giving me a headache, and I gotta have something to drink. So that's what I took away from it. But anyway,
you pay attention to that comment, John.
I can't wait to see what he has in store for me on my. Oh, okay. Yeah.
That was less than enthusiastic.
Yeah. I promise you'll be surprised. Anyway. All right. So anyhow, where am I at on time? Oh, it's 15 minutes. Okay, good. So I got through that. Okay. So I thought got some comments that maybe we need to maybe be a little more personal and so people in our audience could connect. So I thought I'd start tonight just by talking about just things that I like and I'm into. I'm obviously a G.I. Joe. I mean, that's the whole purpose of being in the group, right? So aside from G.I. Joe, I Masters Universe. I love Masters Universe. Grew up on it also. My third probably favorite toy line of the 80s is Starcom, and I have quite a bit of it. I'd like to maybe get things a little better organized and get some pictures and all. Maybe we can have on the program some other time of my Starcom collection and other things. And I mean, I like sci-fi. You know, I'm a Trekkie. I love Star Trek. I grew up on the original Star Trek. I'm a Captain Kirk guy. Kirk all the way. You know, some people's Picard, some people's Kirk. It's like Pepsi and Coke. You know.
Yeah, exactly.
So I'm definitely a Captain Kirk fan. I love action. I can't stand around talking. I like the phaser action. You know. But
And green
I'm,
chicks. Gotta love
yeah.
green chicks.
He was like Riker was more the Kirk on the Enterprise.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah. So, but that's why I kind of like Deep Space Nine, because Cisco was more like Kirk. You know, he was more a man of action.
Yep.
But not knocking people that like Picard. I mean, you know, everybody's got their own choices. But
Sure.
Big James Bond fan. I love James Bond. Grew up on James Bond also. Roger Moore was James Bond when I was growing up, so he was kind of always my favorite. And not that I didn't like Sean Connery and all the others. And you know, I thought Timothy Dalton done a pretty good job. You know, he only was in 2 movies, but I really liked him. Of course, I like Pierce Brosnan.
Right.
And you know, like I said, sci-fi. Star Trek's my number 1 favorite TV show as far as sci-fi goes. As far as number 2 was The Invaders. I don't know, Dave may remember that from it was actually a show from the 60s. I called reruns.
Yeah,
but,
it was, yeah.
It's a great show. I found the whole complete series on DVD. I love it. Like I said, that's probably my second favorite show.
Yep.
Farscape, it was like early 2000s. I love Farscape because Farscape, if you watched it, it's something totally different sci-fi wise than most any other show. I don't know how to explain it. You just have to watch it. You know, it's just I love Farscape. And this cartoons. I grew up on G.I. Joe, Transformers, DuckTales, Shirt Tales. I don't know if you guys remember the Shirt Tales.
No, that one was after my time, I guess.
Smurfs and I don't know, gosh, all the Rambo and the Freedom Force, Mr. T. He had a cartoon. Old Dukes of Hazzard cartoon. I love watching it. You know, because I loved it. I grew up on Dukes of Hazzard,
Yeah.
Knight Rider, A-Team. You know, all those shows. Favorite. I love the old shows. The old stuff was the best to me. Favorite probably my all-time favorite TV show. I can't talk. Probably would be the Beverly Hillbillies. I can watch them over and over and laugh. It's just, I guess because I can relate to them. I don't know. but you know, so those are kind of things I like. I mean, I like Battlestar Galactica. I watched it. Buck Rogers. I love Buck Rogers, and just anything 80s. Late 70s and 80s, I pretty much loved. Miami Vice, I never really watched Miami Vice or Magnum PI. Believe it or not, those two I never really watched, so I can't say if I really like them or not. I don't know because I never really watched them. But gosh, I don't know. I was trying to think of all the other things that I like and watch. But so I thought what I'd do is show some of the odd toys and things that I grew up on. That I had all these. What I'm about to show you, all these I had in my childhood, and everything except for 3 of these items are from my childhood that I had. I'll start off with this was, I kind of might have mentioned this in one of the other ones. My grandmother gave this to me I remember might have been my birthday or Christmas or something. They were called Wacky Wheels.
Oh yeah.
I don't know if they were multiples or what, but this one that I had was, the parts moved around. And unfortunately, I put batteries in it because I wanted to actually demonstrate it. But the battery, it doesn't work, so I'm going to have to try to clean the contacts or something. But these parts back here, they would kind of move up and down as it goes. And so you had you could put this thing on the bottom and have it where, ride a wheelie. Oh, let me get it over. Kind of like ride a wheelie on there and just kind of plug into the bottom. If y'all can't see it, let me know and I'll move it around. Let me pull it a little further back. So it popped on there, but then it also had like these wheels that you would just snap on. And let me break it, trying to snap it on. And they were odd shape, so it would kind of wobble. That's why they call them wacky wheels. It had now I can't get them off. Holy cow. Yeah. It had these. They were like, and I'm not going to put them all on. I'll just kind of show you that, but you know, it had these kind of odd ones here. You could put on one side, or put on both sides. I'm just going to put them on one side just to kind of show you what it looks like. But then it had like 6 legs, kind of like an ant would walk around, you know.
Huh.
So, and then it also come with this. And if you look real close, it almost looks like a sneaker. But you put one of these on each side, and I think it would go kind of in the middle like that. And it'd be one on the other side, and it would walk on those. So it had different attachments you could put on it to make it walk. And I don't know. Like I said, my grandmother gave it to me, and I put it up. I've kept it. I didn't let nothing happen to it. I mean, you can see it's still in pretty good shape. There's a little wear to the stickers. And it was Tommy's put these out. And I don't see a date on it. It's probably on the instruction sheet. 1984. Yeah. So, 1984. Actually, those red legs were called spider legs, even though there were only 6 of them instead of 8. But anyway. So that was a toy for my childhood. Another one, and I never really. Actually, I think this was the only one I ever got, but I kind of thought it was kind of neat. Was the Starry Oars? Remember these? And it would have I don't even know if the wind-up thing works on it now. I guess it don't. But anyway, and you could pop it open. Well, I say you pop it open. But anyway, there's a little guy in there. I don't know if you can see him. And these, I guess it's the mechanism inside of it is not working anymore. But you could wind it up and it would drill, and it had like movable arms and legs. Actually, they come off pretty easy, I think. I remember reading the comic. I think Marvel done the comic for it, Starry Oars. I think it was Marvel. It might have been DC. I can't remember. But there was a comic there for a short time. Another thing, and like I said, I only ever got one of them, but I just thought they were neat. Jason the Wheeled Warriors. And it had different parts, a couple extra wheels that you could put on there and change the parts around. You can move those around.
I loved those back in the day.
Yeah. It had the little, these are, I guess, 2-inch action figures, or 1.5 inches?
Yeah, something, huh?
Yeah. And he's even got a copyright on his back there. I can't read it. My eyes ain't that good. But I don't even remember what this one was called. And like I said, it had back metal pieces. And this thing, up until just a few years ago, was in mint condition as far as the back metal goes. And I had it in a curio cabinet out in my man cave. I had this little curio cabinet. I put it in there. I thought, well, I'll protect it, kind of help protect it from dust. And I don't know if it's because moisture and all still, humidity and all. I don't know if it's because humidity got in it and it was closed in that case. But as you can see, it kind of deteriorated the back metal.
Huh. It sure did, didn't it?
And like I said, I'd had this thing like stored up in the attic and everything in a box, and it was perfectly fine until I put it in that curio cabinet, and it went through a couple of summers, and then, I even had an air conditioner that I would run. I guess I didn't run it enough, but like I said, I guess that moisture, that humidity got in there to it, and it caused it to deteriorate. So that's what you have to watch out for on the vac metal. Another big thing, I guess you guys probably remember these, the Battle Beast.
Yeah.
And, I had 6 of them. I've got all 6. That was I think, Warthog, I believe. The Rabbit. This guy was, I think, like a salamander. The Lion. The Giraffe. Or as we in the South like to say, the Giraffe.
Giraffe, yep.
And the antelope, or maybe it was a deer. I don't know. These all 6 were the ones that I had when I was a kid. I never got into the vehicle. I don't think I even knew they'd done vehicles for it because I didn't know that until later on. But it had, of course, it had a little thing you could rub it or hold your finger over it for a few minutes, and then it would light up and you could see what it was. And so he's like, okay, this one's fire. You probably can't see it because it goes back real quick. They would have this same figure with all 3 emblems, but when you get the pack, you didn't know which one you were getting. So it was like a surprise when you opened it up. So technically, there's 3 variations of each one of these. You got one with fire, one with water, and one with wood.
Oh.
I wasn't going to try to collect all them. I would have liked to got more of them, and I did pick a couple more up at Toylanta here a few years ago. A guy had them for not a bad price, and they don't have their weapons. The weapons is what's so hard to find on these. But I did pick up a seahorse and an iguana, I guess. So now I have 8 of them. But I always thought they were kind of neat, That's from my childhood. You guys recognize these other things, and I still got all of these. I'm not gonna show them all off, but I'm gonna put them over here. Recognize these guys?
Muscles.
Muscles, yeah.
Huh.
And I remember I had the championship belt, and the buckle on the belt had a little ring with a little clear top where you could actually carry them around in there, but then you had a ring that they could battle it out with. And I had one like a gorilla here. And it's funny because Super 7 a couple years ago actually did some muscles like the original, and I actually found one that had Sergeant Slaughter in it.
Oh, wow.
So I'd like to find the one that's, because they got one apparently with Roddy Piper. He got a list of which ones they done on the back there. I'd like to find the one with Roddy Piper in it too. And I did find the one with Sarge in there, so I thought that was cool. So I didn't realize they'd done those. I think I found those in an FYE or something like that.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
So I'm almost out of time. Okay, I'm almost done. Now these I had when I was a kid, and I don't know what they're worth. They may be worth something now. I don't know. But these were some of the first, because 1978 is when they first come out with the minifigs.
Yeah.
And I think the astronauts were some of the first ones. And so I got these 2 sets. Surprisingly, I even still got the boxes that they come in, and still got the Walmart stickers on them. This one was $443. So back in the 80s, Legos was still expensive back then because $443 was a lot. I thought that small, But yeah, I still got those, and I hung on to those. I don't know. They, like I said, they may be worth a lot of money. They may not be. I don't know. Nancy said she'd let me know when she sells them on eBay, probably. But Mego was something I never, because I guess I was kind of at the age. I did have some Megos. I remember having Batman and Robin, and I think Superman, Spider-Man, and I got a Spider-Man. I didn't think about bringing it in here. But I did find this at a store in Gadsden a while back, and I really thought it was neat, and I picked it up because I never really had a lot of Mego stuff when I was a kid, but they had remember this? It's Mork. And he come in a spaceship egg.
Sweet.
And I got it for, I don't know, it wasn't much, like $10, I think. Mork for Mork egg ship. But a toy line that I never really got the figures for, but I loved watching the cartoon back in the 80s was the Ghostbusters. And well, actually I never really got any of the real Ghostbusters action figures, so obviously I picked up the retro ones that they just did not long ago. But I'm talking about the Filmations Ghostbusters, and I did find, and I may have showed this on here before, I can't remember. I found Tracy the Gorilla at a flea market, or like not a flea market, but one of these picker type stores for $3. And he don't have any accessories, but there was 2 Ghostbusters and a gorilla. I can't remember the 2 guys' name, the 2 guys, but the gorilla was like their sidekick. And Prime Evil was the bad guy. I remember his name, and they had like the Wolf Man and some others. They had some pretty cool characters. And so I seen that, and I said, well, I got to pick that up because I never really had any of those when I was a kid, but I used to watch a cartoon all the time. I loved that cartoon. Also, the real Ghostbusters, I watched it all the time too. I don't know why I never bought any of the real Ghostbusters toys because they were everywhere, and I don't know, for some reason I just never did, but I love watching the cartoon. But those are some things from my childhood other than G.I. Joe and Starcom and He-Man that I had. And like I said, the Tracy Gorilla and the Mork from Mork I picked up. All the rest of what I showed you is from my childhood. They all come from there. And the last thing I picked up, this was the first Transformer I ever bought, and I looked a while back. I said I want to at least get that one Transformer in the box. Didn't have to be sealed because I couldn't afford a sealed one, but I did find one at a good deal in the box, and I got a acrylic case had an acrylic case made to put it in because I wanted to keep it. And but that's my this is one of my Grail toys. I had this when I was a kid. I played with it so much his arms broke off.
Yeah.
And I think that was pretty common if you wasn't careful with them. That's why this has not been transformed. I've taken it out and looked at it, but I dare not try to transform it. But it's got some of the stickers on, but the sticker sheet's still in there. The only thing with the box is it had the points cut off of it, but it's still got everything else. And I said, this is close enough for me. It's got the styrofoam. And again, like I said, I didn't realize as a kid that he was a Walter P38. And, James Bond always carried a Walter PPK.
PPK, yep.
Yeah. So, I thought, hey, that's pretty cool. So I got a Megatron, shaken, not stirred. Okay. But yeah, this was one of my Grail pieces. And I probably got this about 8 years ago at a store south of Nashville. And I cannot remember the name of the store. But I found it there and I asked him, and the guy, I was surprised. I was expecting $500-600, and I think I got it for $275. I believe
nice.
What did it get for? Yeah, it was under 300, and I was surprised because at the time I looked them on eBay and they were going open in the box and with the stickers, all the stickers applied, they were going for around $500-600, and so I don't know, maybe he just felt sorry for me. I don't know. Nancy probably went there and made friends with him. I guess I don't know. She does stuff like that.
You gave him a barbecue sandwich.
Yeah, she probably give him She probably get him a pulled pork barbecue sandwich. Made friends with him, so. But yeah, so just to kind of a little background, and I don't know, maybe some I don't know, maybe some of the viewers, and hopefully somebody watches this, maybe you might have been into things like this. I don't know. I mean, if you were, just give me a shout out on the group there and say, hey, I like that, or whatever, and so, it's kind of a way to see what all we have in common, and we may find a lot of us have a lot of things in common, a lot of common. 80s toys is my passion. I love 80s toys. Just anything 80s. It just, I don't know. I mean, I know when you look on it now compared to what we get today, it's most people would call it crap, but I call it plastic gold. I mean,
yeah, it's awesome.
To me, it's just holding it and looking at it, just awesome. And there was so many great toy lines in the 80s. It's just, I don't know. It's just, but like I said, I love them all. Even if I didn't have some of the stuff, I probably watched the cartoons or read the comics for about everything that they put out in the 80s. And I'm definitely an 80s kid. But yeah, so if anybody's watching this, if you like some of this stuff, let me know. Hey, we'll chit chat about it or something. And
absolutely,
get you on the show and you can talk about what you had. Anybody more than welcome to get on here and talk about what your passion is, what you loved on the when you were a kid. But yeah, I mean, you four guys got any questions for me on anything? I mean, anything you're wondering, what makes what's going on in John's mind there? What's happening up there?
I'm not going there.
I can't afford that kind of therapy, John.
I mean, I'm amazed at how much you actually collect. I mean, you got one of those fly trap minds that you remember all of this stuff.
And there's so much stuff that I let go. All my Mask and Thundercat, which I didn't. I remember the Thundercats. I had Monkey and Slythe and Pet Thor, and Pet Thor's always my favorite, I guess, because that was a toy I got. And I got them. I think my brother gave me one, and my cousin gave me one for Christmas. And then I think I bought Pet Thor later And I remember I had the comics. I read the comics. They were Star comics. Marvel put out a line of comics, Star comics that had like Heathcliff and Alf and some of those. And so I just forgot what I was even talking about. What was I even talking about? That's why
just collecting everything. Yeah.
That's why we didn't want to get into that mind.
What was I talking about?
Thundercats.
Thundercats.
Oh,
I
You
told
were
man.
you were about to tell us what you're getting Nancy for the anniversary.
Oh,
yeah.
that's what it was.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's a surprise. I can't tell that.
It's just us here.
Yeah, right. It's just us in Guadalupe down there in the south of the border.
Nancy's not even watching.
But yeah, yeah. I sold my Thundercat and my mask. I had a bunch of mask stuff when I was a kid, and I sold it. But I've managed to round up everything that I had when I was a kid as far as mask goes. I had about 5 vehicles in Boulder Hill, and I got Boulder Hill from that same guy that I got the Terradrome from. I can't think of his name right now. He's up in Tennessee, and he gave me a great deal on the Terradrome and the Boulder Hill. The Boulder Hill still had the box.
The
That
guy
was
that's
last-
over there, Knoxville way. Is that the one you're talking about?
I met him in Knoxville. I said,
Yeah.
no, he's in Kentucky. I'm sorry. It's about a 3.5 hour drive for me to get to Knoxville, and he was about 3.5 hours from Knoxville.
Oh, okay.
He's
Wow.
from.
Yeah.
And so we kind of met in the middle. He was good enough to even drive that far to meet me.
Oh,
And
cool.
he gave me an awesome deal on it. I mean, the Terradrome, because heck, I see him going for like $800-900 complete now,
Oh, I know.
or
Crazy.
more. And he basically he gave it to me for I think $400.
Oh, nice. And
And,
drove all that way. Wow.
Yeah, and it was that was I hardly ever come by deals like that. I don't know. He posted it on there one, and I just happened to see it. Usually when I see posts like that, it's like a day later after
Yeah, exactly.
everybody and their brother and sisters
Right.
done messaged them, But I just happened to see his post, I guess, right after he put it on there, and I messaged him. He said, "Yeah," and then we got to talking, and he done me a good deal on it, and but yeah, I love Mask and Thundercats and all that. I mean, just anything 80s, That's why I'm so excited about those Dungeons and Dragons animated series figures that Hasbro put out this year, because they never made figures. I think they made a couple like over in Europe or something, but they never actually made action figures of those. And I watched that cartoon all the time.
Yep.
And but yeah, so that's me in a nutshell, I guess. I'm just
No, great job. No. Fantastic.
So next week, one of you guys can go and give your spiel. So.
Oh, there you go. Be Shane's turn.
Yeah,
Like it is right now. What do you got, Shane?
Well, like John said, we all met up yesterday with Jason Adams. First time meeting Jason. Great guy. Really appreciated what he done for me, picking up figures I hadn't found yet.
Cool.
I'll go into what he picked up for me. So I got he picked up me one of these Snake Eyes.
Yep.
The $20 Snake Eyes. Since Rick said it was his favorite, I figured, well, I better get one, because I wasn't going to buy one of these guys, but I decided better since Rick says he's the best looking one.
I agree.
And I agree with Rick on that. And then he picked me up a Manny Face. Got it for me.
Nice.
This is I like the fact that it has so many different faces. It has more faces than the original did. It's got like 8 or 9 faces, I believe.
Oh, wow.
It has 3 alternates in here, and then it has 3 up here. So, I mean, it's got a lot of different faces. And then
Just out of curiosity, would any of those fit on Falcon?
probably so. And then also he picked me up a Man at Arms. And
Nice.
Rick shared some of his pictures the other day of this guy out, and he did it very good justice. Very, very good justice.
It's a good figure. It's a solid figure.
Yeah. After we left there, like John said, we went to Rocket City Toys, got me a hat pin right here. I'm going to start collecting pins from all these toy places we go to if they have them. And I picked up the last 4 of the Disney 100 Lego figures I needed, minifigs. Got Mulan, Baymax, Tiana, and this guy, Dr. Facklery or something like that. I don't know his name, but he's from the Tiana, the Princess
Voodoo
and the
guy
Frog.
there. Right? Yeah.
He's from the Princess and the Frog here. So pick those up. If you guys haven't been to Rocket City Toys, I suggest going there. They're small, but they take the time and fill out the bags. These are blind bags. When you buy them at Walmart, you don't know what you're getting. You stand around and fill them out and try to figure out who you're getting. But they fill them out for you and mark them.
Yeah.
So it saves you a little time. They're a little bit higher than, they're $4.98 at or $4.99 at Walmart, and there was like $5 something there. But to fill it out, and you don't have to get double, save money.
Right.
Yeah, for
So
sure.
that's a great deal there. For me, it is anyway, because I collect the minifigs. But yeah, great. I bought a weapons pack. I didn't bring it in here. Valorverse weapons pack from him also. Great people, really friendly. Talk to us like they've known us our whole lives, really. The young girl in there gave Marshall, John's son, a bunch of Pokemon stuff.
Nice.
Give him a lunch box with 2 packs of Pokemon cards.
Yeah, lunch.
Oh, that's cool.
And she literally give it to him. For free.
Yeah.
Very nice people. Going to get in contact with them about being on the podcast. I feel like we're going to need to try to support the local businesses.
Yep.
And so I'm going to get into contact with them and see about them being on the podcast. From there, we went to the Deep. Got this shirt from the Deep.
They got
Great
some good
time with
shirts.
Mike. We had a great time with Mike. Mike is a great dude. I call him Mike the Child Eater now. Because we told Marshall that mean kids, he would eat them. He'd kill them and eat them. Mike brought out this big long stick and was poking Marshall with it. You had a great time with Mike. Mike's a great guy.
Yep.
Enjoy speaking with him and hanging out with him for a little while.
Stand up so they can see the shirt.
They got some good shirts there.
I don't know if you'll be able to see it real well, but
Yep. Cover one.
yeah, it's cover one shirt. Really. And $20
Yeah.
for the shirt all day long.
Yep.
They have several other I'm gonna go back and pick up. Great time there. From there we went to Replay Toys. I didn't buy anything there, but they had these records, vinyl records that they had made into clocks.
Oh,
And they
cool.
had Transformers, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Batman, just all kinds of stuff. Music artists, and they were really cool. I'm going to look into getting a G.I. Joe one made from there. The guy gave me the website. Also going to speak to them about getting them on for the podcast. They were also very friendly. These local guys are really, really friendly. I'm going to start try to give all my business to them because they deserve it. They go beyond what they should for customers, and to me that goes a long way.
Yeah, any of those people you can get to come on, do it. Because we got nothing here in Birmingham. I mean, you guys are really fortunate to have that many shops to go to. Because, like you said, there's nothing here in Birmingham.
And they're just really great places. And like I said, they're real friendly. That's what gets me. I go to Walmart or Target. You try to get help with something, you forget it.
Whatever, right?
20 minutes to find someone to even help you. But these local shops, they want your business.
Right.
They want you to come in, they want you to shop, they want your business. Walmart, Target, places like that, they don't care.
Nope.
They're going to make their money one way or the other. They don't care.
Right.
But definitely going to start supporting as many locals as I can and help them out more.
Geez, with the money you spend, makes me want to open my own shop.
I didn't spend a lot. But then I picked this up the other day.
Nice.
It's 4th of the 5th. I'm going to open him up and do a little reveal of his stuff and what he looks like on the inside.
Nice.
Oh, you're gonna open him up good then, huh? You're gonna
Oh yeah.
split him down the middle.
Yep. We're gonna split him right down the middle.
Good. Tauntaun him.
Mhm. We're gonna stick John inside of it. We might have to get Philip for this one. Because he's a Star Wars guy. But what's this guy's name? Major Arnold Thought. Was that correct, guys? Thought?
Yeah,
Tote, something.
Thought, Tote.
I don't know. As I ever knew his name before.
Anyway, I picked this one up at GameStop. And
all I know about him is it don't take him long to look at a medallion.
no,
Exactly.
He lets it go real quick.
Yep, real quick.
He melts real good too.
I'm gonna start
Yeah,
with
he didn't have no sunblock on, did he?
You know?
No, not at all. We'll start with the accessories on him because I am really wanting to see this head, this alternate head he has. I've been reading a lot.
Oh
of
yeah,
things.
he actually come with a head from the.
Yes, from when
Yeah, I
they
forgot
opened up
about
the
that.
art. Yes. But I've been wanting to see this head because I've heard people talk about how well
Fondue
it
face.
works. Yeah, it's been beat up pretty good here. But I'll start with it. It starts with, of course, you know, you get to build a artifact. It comes with the other two sides and the one side and the end for the artifact. So now all I like is one to finish that. Comes with the burnt medallion hand.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if
Nice.
you guys can see that very well.
Toasty.
He let go of it real fast. Come with a Lilo pistol.
Yep.
Don't know if I should say that out loud. We might get flagged for that
Pea
word.
shooter.
Pew pew. All right, and then
Yeah,
here's the arc head.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Fondue face for sure.
Oh yeah, he's messed up there. Really good look.
Yeah.
I gotta say, I appreciate the hairline on that. I really
Yeah,
do.
it's got a good hairline. So, hey Dave, guess what?
Yeah, all around his neck and chin.
Oh yeah. See? Oh, look at that.
Removable
Oh,
hat.
score right there.
Well, see,
30
this is
years right off
something-
of him right there.
This is something I wish they would have done with Indy. That's
Yeah.
the only thing I do not like about the Indy figure, because he was always losing that hat.
Yep.
How many times did he slide his hand back under the door and snatch his hat out?
Right. The running gag, right?
Yep. I wish that would have been one thing.
Well, I'm sure it's coming. They had to,
Oh,
you know,
oh yeah, I hope so.
to get you to buy another one, they got to change it up so that
Right.
they're
Yeah,
smart.
they've
They
got
know
a lot
what
of
they're.
these so far coming out.
I mean, if you go to Hasbro Pulse, they've got 5 different Indiana Jones you can pre-order right now.
Yeah, they do. They really do.
And I'll be honest, the Temple of Doom and the Cairo are almost the same figure.
All right. First thing I noticed about the figure when I opened it up is I was kind of worried about this when I bought this figure. I was worried that he was going to be, as Rick calls him, a traffic cone
Right.
because of the trench coat, but he is not.
Nice.
The trench coat comes off and just kind of drapes over his shoulders. And there's that receiver again.
Yep.
There real well. Tight joints, guys.
Yeah. Scary, ain't he?
Really tight.
He was kind of a stiff character.
He was.
Time for some hot water.
That's when you put the melty face on him when you stick him in hot water.
Let's see how hard that head is to come off. Oh,
Oh, there it goes.
not too hard.
You guys got to remember, he was in the super stiff.
Yeah.
Hey, you mentioned the head. That's one thing about these Valorverse figures, the Delta Trooper and the special. It's got like 6 different hands. I cannot get the hands out.
Oh
I'm
yeah.
gonna have to heat them up to get them out, to change them out. They are very tight.
That head, y'all heard it pop off, right?
Sure did.
I mean, that was pretty tight.
Yeah, I heard it here in Decatur, and I had the sound down. So.
So let's see if we can't change his hand out. See how hard it is on that. Oh yeah. Oh, there it went, and it did not break.
Nice.
You did pull the right hand out, didn't you?
Yeah. I had to look, John. You had me scared, man.
Not the left hand, but the right hand.
Well, guys, he's going to be handless, I do believe, because I'm not going to get that back on without balling it. Oh, there it went. A little twisty. I bet. Better not
Nice.
do it that way, huh?
Hey, put his hand down before you do that.
Get us booted
see?
off.
Yeah.
Is he looking for Kyle? He's always running around saying, "Seen Kyle? Have you seen Kyle?"
That's right. Seen Kyle?
Anybody seen Kyle?
I'm in the super stiff. Right.
He's just telling you about how tall he is. You know, seen Kyle's about this tall.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, but he's tight, though. Really, all of his joints are really tight. But yeah, I would give this about a 7, to be honest.
That's pretty decent for a non-main character.
Yeah. As far as the quality of the body and everything,
The man in the
it's
suit.
good.
Yeah, exactly.
He would make a great stand-in for anyone that does dioramas or pictures,
Right.
you know,
Make a
maybe
good
walking
accountant.
down the street with a briefcase or something.
Right.
Man in the suit.
With a briefcase in this hand, waving for a taxi, you know.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
But, you know, whatever. But that would be okay. Anyway, okay, figure. I got suckered into this line, I'll be honest. I said I'm just going to buy the Indy because Indy's iconic, you know, for me and everything.
Cool stuff.
Pretty decent figure.
See,
I played
that's
the
why
long game.
that's why I'm afraid to buy the Indy, because if I buy the Indy, then I'll end up having to get the rest of them.
Right.
I'm playing the long game.
Yeah.
I got Indy and Marion or whatever, and the rest I'm gonna wait for. So.
Well, you know, I was going to do that also. And after being to 7 or 8 different targets in the last couple of days and seeing nothing but Indy, I kind of getting a little worried. But
They'll flood. They'll flood the
I'll
place.
find them eventually.
They're going to show up. Yeah. I
If
think
not, I'll order Pulse.
when the movie's out.
6 months from now, Walmart will probably get them.
Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah, Corey, we all got to have a short.
Oh,
round.
everybody's got to have short round, man. I mean, that's just a must right there.
You know, there's one accessory that I wish they would have put with him though.
With who?
With the tot. I know y'all know what it is.
I don't.
Come on, surely.
I'm trying to think.
I don't know. Don't call me Shirley.
Exactly.
Okay, Samantha, y'all, you know what it is.
Yeah, that's much better.
The nunchuck coat hanger. You know,
Oh,
Mary
yeah.
pulled out a
the
weapon,
foldable, yeah.
Oh,
and it turned
yeah.
out to be just a
That
coat
would have
hanger.
been
He
cool,
needed
wouldn't
that to hang that coat on. I cannot
remember
believe
that.
they didn't put that in there.
That would be cool. Yeah.
Yeah. Dave was not wrong when he described your brain, John.
That's amazing. That's what you come up with. The coat hanger.
Yeah, that was.
Don't ask me what I ate for breakfast, though. 'Cause I don't remember.
Yeah, that's the truth, right?
You don't have to ask you. We just look on Facebook because Nancy probably took pictures of it.
That's part of why she does it, so I can scroll back and see if somebody asked me what I had.
Check on it, yeah.
Yeah.
But
I can go
I
back
think-
and tell you what I ate 3 months ago for breakfast now. Yeah.
I think at this point she just does it for challenge me and Shane. It's like,
I
what
told
you
you,
got?
they're supposed to be posting pictures of toys, not food. What's going
mine
on?
will never measure up to Nancy's. I'm
Nor
not
mine. I mean,
I'm not a plater at all. Throw it on because it's going in my mouth and that's about it.
There you go.
yeah, she got that presentation down right. She should be dealing with Gordon Ramsay or something like that.
Yeah, for
There you
real.
go.
That's
Of course,
what
he'd yell at her, and all 4 of us would go beat shit out of him. So you don't yell
Oh,
at
yeah.
Nancy.
Oh,
No.
Nancy, what's wrong with you? Like John said, after we left there, I sent him to a Target, and every time I've been to this Target, it has been just absolutely loaded with G.I. Joes, everything. And I was kind of disappointed that I sent him to a bad Target. And the first Target I stopped at on the way home, or was in Madison, actually. First thing I saw was that Indiana Jones figure. So I had to send it to him, and tease him about it a little bit. And then after I got done teasing him for a little while, I kind of felt bad, so I went back and bought it for him.
Oh,
Now you done it.
now you baited him.
So
Nate said you was on her list.
Nancy already knew about it.
What?
Don't throw me under the bus, Nancy. I'll throw you under the bus. I got it for John because he needs
Now
it.
you know I'm gonna have to go out and find the rest of them. You
Yeah,
know
now
that.
we know John is never going to be able to retire. Yep.
Ask Corey. I like spending other people's money.
There you go.
So I figured I could get this for John for his anniversary. And so
What'd you get, Nancy?
Huh?
What'd you get,
Nancy's
Nancy?
is going to be a birthday anniversary combination.
There you go.
It's bought. It's bought. But yeah, I got that for John because I felt bad. My wife was like, "You need to get it for him." Now.
I hear my wallet in there screaming right now.
Yeah. Mine
Said,
died.
"No."
My
I got
wallet
that
passed
for
away a while ago. It stopped screaming.
Yeah, mine's dead.
It died. It's as dead as
They've
the
had
cow
to
was
shoot
made
him
out
for
of.
his wallet.
It died.
My money just kind of passes through my wallet. It don't stay there.
Oh yeah, no.
But we had a great time. We like I said, we met up at GameStop and
Dave's sitting there thinking about all the money I'm gonna be spending now on Indiana Jones. He said, true.
I pushed you down. I sure did, Corey. Trying to get you in the store faster. But at Ollie's, the funny thing is at Ollie's, I found some figures that I hadn't even seen in store, and I grabbed one. Rick, you mind playing that little short I sent you?
Oh, yeah, we can do that.
You mind playing that? Tell me if you don't mind.
Let me.
Yeah, come on. Hurry, come on.
I call this.
Man, He-Man, Hordak. Wow, that's awesome. Oh,
I call this Ollie Wars. A long, long time ago in a faraway land in Scottsboro, Alabama, the kid kicker was kicked by a kid. And it hurt.
That's what started it all, right there.
Shane's met his match now.
So now, Marshall,
Uh-oh.
mine. I'll see you in 2 weeks, boy.
Boy, that
bringing
escalated.
up
That
the
boy's
big
going to
gun
12
now.
gauge.
I will get my revenge. It will be called Revenge of the Jedi. It was fun. We had a lot of fun. Marshall's a great kid. I love being around that kid. He is so fun to be around. So fun to poke on.
Yeah, he's talking about Marshall, Nancy.
And,
Okay, she got confused. She thought you was talking about another kid.
no, I'm talking about Marshall is great. Marshall is a good kid. Really good.
Everyone at Target. Good night.
Good night, Marshall. We tormented Marshall a bit yesterday, me and the wife. We kind of had a fight between us. He was in between us, so we got beat up a little bit.
Yeah, he's another reason she had to go get beer for her slugs.
Uh-huh.
Oh yeah. But yeah, she did buy some beer for her slugs and some wine for herself. And
Just wait until he turns 10. The slugs will start hitting the scotch.
it was a great time, man. I have a good time when we get together with all you guys. You know, and I'd love it. I wish we could get more of the guys to get together with us, you know, come out and see what a great time we have. Jason, we had a great time with Jason just for about an hour in GameStop, you know.
Yeah.
GameStop, we just sit there and just talk for hours about everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool.
He was going to go eat with us, but his sons wanted to eat Chinese, and my wife and I was sit on 50 taters. And if you guys never eaten a 50 taters, there's one in Scottsboro and one in Rainsville. I suggest you swing by there and try their loaded potatoes. Yeah, they're good.
Just what I need.
Scottsboro is definitely the bigger portions at Scottsboro.
Oh yeah, Scottsboro is the original location. It's actually owned by my cousin, my second cousin, and her husband, and they got some good food.
Nice.
But yeah, I don't know.
Don't mention Shane, though. You had to pay double.
Yeah, she's never there, so I don't ever get free food or anything. But the waitress is there. These small restaurants, you can ask John. The waitresses was fantastic.
Mhm.
Them small popping, they work for their money.
Yep.
But it's pretty much all I got this week.
Cool.
I did pick up a couple comics. I forgot about those. I don't know if you guys have been to Ollie's and seen the comics they have. You can get comics for like $7 there.
Yeah.
And I picked up 2 covers, G.I. Joe covers. We got this Snake Eyes cover,
Nice.
which I love this cover for some reason. And it's a reprint, but it looks good.
Yeah.
And I got this cover, kind of iconic with Scarlet and Snake Eyes and Hawk and Stalker and the Tomahawk there. Got it. And I hadn't seen these Dungeon and Dragon books, but there was a couple of them in there, and I'm gonna do my best to get those.
Cool.
I read this one a little bit today.
Yeah.
And it was pretty good. And I got the number 5 cover of it. But I mean, for $7, to me that's a good deal. And then of course I give John and Marshall the others to pick out what they wanted and do whatever they needed to do with them.
Cool.
So that was pretty cool. There's tons of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. If you're into Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, there's a ton of them books in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tons of them. They have Star Trek books in them, Transformer books. I mean, that's pretty cool. But $7.
The store that puts those out, I can't think of the name because they got a little flyer stuck in there with them.
Yeah.
But they're right out. They're in Ohio or right outside of Pittsburgh. Actually, they got like 4 or 5 locations around that area. And I went into one of their stores and they had like one big long room, like a it's in like a shopping center like thing. Was a normal comic store, and then they had a whole nother section. This another basically the store next door was all back issues, front to end, long boxes full, and they were. Gosh, they were cheap too. I mean, they had a ton of them. I can't think of the name of the store, but they have a flyer inside those, and it's so if you ever up around that area, check them out. You know,
they also have a 5-pack in there that you could possibly find some high-dollar comics in. They have the old vintage original covers
Yeah.
that they put in them that you can possibly find. Kind of like a blind thing. You don't know what you're getting. You see the front book, the back book. Of course, 2 Joe books I saw. I was gonna grab them.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, Joe's my thing. So I mean, you can't tell, can you? But yeah, that's pretty much what we did yesterday. Had a great time. Enjoyed being with Nancy and John and Marshall, and can't wait for Joe Fest.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, me too.
Support your local businesses.
Yeah.
Please. I mean, those guys are great. I can't speak enough about Jordan at Replay, Mike at the Deep, and I can't remember the guy's name at Rocket City Toys, but I will remember his name. But go out and support those guys. Total Nostalgia, Nancy and them, or Renee and them, they're great people.
Yep.
I love talking to them also.
what the nerd in Boaz or Albert too. Yeah. I don't know the guy's name that does what the nerd, but he's friends with Philip Renee. He knows him, so
right.
And actually, he said he would be there set up at the yard sale this weekend.
Yeah, the yard sale's this weekend. You make it, make it. I'm going to go there just to show a little support. Not going to set up or anything this year, but I'm going to be there to show some support. I'm thinking about doing a video of it while I'm there. I don't know how long of a video I could do to get with Rick to kind of give you guys an idea of what it is that can't make it there. Just give you a little idea of what goes on.
Yep, cool. Very cool. I am not going to make it this year. So,
Yeah, I'm
Down the
not.
road for me, so I'm going to go down there and show them some support.
yep, very cool. Very, very cool. Thank you, Shane. That was entertaining.
Sure. Thank you.
That was awesome, actually. What do you got for photos this week, Rick? Or you got something else?
Photos?
Photos?
Whatever do you mean?
Photos.
All right. Obviously, I don't get invited to all the stuff the cool kids get to go to,
I wasn't there either.
even though they're in my backyard. So
I'm
You know, I
just
thought about that, but I thought you was working. That's why.
but
Sorry, man. Please
I picked
forgive
up this is the Tracksuit Mafia from
Oh, there you
the
go.
me. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Hawkeye thing. I got a couple of these. He comes with some accessories.
Oh, nice Molotov.
3 heads, comes with a Molotov cocktail, the bat, golf club, machete, and you'll notice in the hand he has a crowbar.
Nice.
Is that a
I only
Voorhees?
have- Do what?
Is that a Voorhees machete?
It's the same one we've seen countless times before. But that being said, they only come with 2 grippy hands, okay, and that limits you a lot and stuff. But I don't know if anybody still remembers the J. Jonah Jameson figure
Yep.
they come out, which is currently at Ollie's for $9.99.
Right.
He comes with a pointy hand, a fist, 2 hands that are like this, open and stuff, and they match up perfectly.
Nice.
Very nice.
So I would recommend picking that up because if you're going to, you want to do a display or something like that, or I have had a chance to do a couple of pictures of these guys.
Oh, nice.
Like
Oh,
they're
wow.
using the pointy hand and the fist. That's the mask thing. I have the other third guy just out of frame and stuff because I only bought 2 of them. I should have bought like 30. They only gave you 3 heads, 2 characters from the thing. There's 3 more that was part of the thing that was in the show that they desperately need to, especially I think Ivan. I ain't watched the show. I just seen clips of these guys and their bros and everything's the bro, and stuff. So, but it's as you can tell, it's the head sculpt's done pretty good. The suit and everything. Right here, I have them. They're kind of beating up Daredevil from the Daredevil show and stuff. So, and then I got another one. Did another picture where it's a little bit more, I guess you'd say, mafia type of way, to the point that get this. It's not going to work. Everything likes to be difficult. I don't know. There we go. And here we got them. Essentially, doing their thing. But these are the hands they come with, and they're good for what they do and stuff. But with the because you don't have a good gripping hand on that side, that's actually a hand upside down on the wrong hand, and everything else just to hold that gas tank that I'm pouring. But these flat hands come with that J. Jonah Jameson, and they fit just perfectly, even the skin tone matches and everything. So
Nice.
depending on how you want to display it and all that kind of stuff, everything. But it makes for helps with the pictures. But
Nice.
other than that, John was talking about. So I wouldn't. It was talking about old toys. Recently, let me grab this back here. Recently, NECA released Warduke from the D&D line. They did an outstanding job. You just could not ask for more as far as sculpt and everything is. Mega's not the greatest with their articulation and stuff, but the paint apps and sculpt. But you have to admit that, going back in time here, since it'll be the theme of tonight's show, going back in time where you have this guy, which is when you were a kid.
Oh, yeah.
You had this from the 80s. So,
Right.
And like I said, representation is all there. Let's upgrade all that stuff. The helmets, obviously, it's just. I grew up and so did my toys. So
There you go.
but yeah, this is the only one of them that I bought. This character is like everybody else. I think the helmet was the.
Yeah.
I think as civilization has passed, we all have an appreciation for that Spartan type like helmet.
Mhm.
Maybe
Unfortunately for us that went to Toylanta, we got to see one of him in real life.
Yeah, yeah, he didn't age well.
It was kind of scary.
y'all, I've seen the pictures y'all shared of that. That was really rather funny. And
You ought to see him in person.
so I don't remember if last week I talked about the new Hacks line that I picked up. They usually have the 3 3/4 stuff where and did I display the Gladiator that come with all the little
You showed the picture with Indy on him.
okay yeah, because the good thing is a little hot water, you can just have a skeleton.
So there you go.
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
There you go.
To me, I need about 8 more of them to recreate that scene from Jason and the Argonauts from the
Oh, yeah.
70s.
Yeah.
So they can walk and scream. But, the articulation on the skeleton is there. It can really just
That's cool.
pretty much do anything you want him to do. He's articulated on the chest. You can crunch over his jaw. He's getting down, so.
Wow, that skeleton
Yeah.
works better than mine does.
Do what?
I said that skeleton works better than mine does.
I know,
Yeah.
It's not near as arthritic as I am. So,
Yeah.
No, not at all.
but yeah, Mike Matthews talked me into buying it because he's like worse than Shane about making you buy stuff, and so.
I knew there was somebody out there.
But he said, yeah, hot water. I can't believe I went through my childhood and did not know about hot water because that would have been.
Oh, I know, huh?
Of course, I thought it was awesome that you'd be able to get a small enough screwdriver and do kit bash with GI Joes.
Right.
Who didn't do
Yeah.
that? But yeah, they're like $30, but I'm actually gonna try to buy some more of these, but I will try my best to get them from the deep because like y'all were talking about earlier, I really try to throw them business. I've known Ed for a whole lot of years, and I support the little man. It's Shane as much as I can, but now as far as the pre-order thing, I don't like pre-orders, especially when you was talking about you pre-ordered the Super 7 and stuff like that, and it's supposed to be there. Yeah, well, mine was supposed to have been there. I think I got mine because I ordered when they announced Wave 1, the Joes. I got it like 7 months after they said it would be. You'll get it, but it's like dealing with Mezco or a bunch of them other ones. It's like, okay, we're going to make this sometime in the next millennia.
Right.
So,
Right.
don't hold your breath, but it may be something that your kids enjoy after you're long dead and cold.
I ain't gonna lie though, he had me at the 15% off. I said I ain't gonna lie, he had me at the 15% off.
Yeah, like I said, I can talk you into stuff. Yeah, I'm pretty sure when he's not there, he's selling used car.
I'm gonna need that 15% off now that I'm gonna have to start buying Indiana Jones figures. I wonder if he can pre-order those for me.
Speaking of the Indiana Jones, have anybody y'all and anybody watching or that, has anybody seen them anywhere other than Target and GameStop?
No,
Target and GameStop.
I haven't even seen them at GameStop.
I
Target's
haven't been
on
in a GameStop, in
and
a
that was
while.
just one time.
Because no one has. I ain't seen anybody mention that they done. They've seen them at like Walmart or anything like that.
I have not.
I figure Walmart will have an end cap when the movie comes out. That's what I'm.
Yeah, I think that's what's going to happen. Yeah, I think you're right, John. Yep.
So
If they don't, I'll be
Once
surprised.
again, they're going to be behind on everything.
I know, and that they like to throw that up, and the fact that their toys are sitting there. I'm like, well, it's because you're putting them out there 6 months after we've done bought.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly.
And I don't know who I was talking to the other day, but by them not being there and not structuring the way they're taking away the one thing that a brick and mortar has, and that's impulse buy.
Mhm.
Because sometimes when you get it in your hand, you're going, okay, this looks better than I thought it was going to, and I'm going home with it and stuff. So and they're not doing this, and I think it's a good thing they're going back to the packaging with the clear window thing, because then you look at it, it gets that impulse buy again and stuff. So, but Target, Walmart, all of them, they're not paying a lot of attention to that impulse buy. They're pushing other stuff like that.
Right.
But it's you go in there, So I don't know.
That's how come I've unquit Marvel Legends about 5 times.
Yeah,
I'll quit, and then I'll go in the store and see a wave, and I'll pick them up, start looking out. Oh man, it was nice figures.
Yep.
Back at it again.
yeah. I picked up that Yondu a couple days ago or whatever like that. It's a pretty good figure.
Yeah.
Stuff. I had to dig out my Vance Astro figures so I can do some pictures and everything. But yeah, we there's at least 2 more they really need to give us and everything. I don't remember their names. It was that big guy. He had a number attached to him, like something 5 or something. I don't know. And then,
yeah, you're right. I can't remember it neither, but
and then there's the other one. So I'm like, it'd be good to have that classic comic book Guardians of the Galaxy, so I can spend more money on stuff and go, I really didn't need this, but I bought it. So yeah. But when I'm not buying toys, I'm buying gun parts, and after I spend way much more on a gun part, I look back and go, I've got optics for days. Why did I need another optic?
Yeah, I hear you. Yeah.
But it was trendy. It was cool. So, yeah. But, yeah, those Value-verse, I'm glad you got that, because to me, when I seen pictures, see the little impulse buy thing is, I seen pictures of them. They look like, I don't know, Happy Meal toys. Like the plastic was really cheap. All that.
Yeah.
Going, you figure they're going to be really kind of lightweight and everything. I'm like, what? These going to be like the 6-inch lanyard scale,
Mhm.
But when you get them, you go, wow, this is pretty solid.
Yeah.
Solid. But the hands, there's a lot you got to heat up and work through there a little bit because that stuff and everything. But the good thing about them, the reason I brought it up was talking about the mom and pops. You can treat them as a mom and pop. That the guys that do it, they really care about their customer service. If you're not happy, reach out to them. If you snap a wrist off, reach out to them. They're kind of like NECA was when they started. When NECA actually cared about the people that bought stuff, because you could talk to NECA's owner and stuff on Twitter, and he'd go, "Hey, I got that," and all that stuff. Not so much anymore, but
Right.
yeah, Value-verse guys and stuff. They really care, especially and stuff. So, I would treat them more like a mom and pop than any kind of corporation, and stuff like that. Yeah, I was surprised at how good those figures were and everything. I'm gonna put a little paint some and change them around, but yeah, you get 4 figures and they were $17 a piece or something like that, down from $35 or whatever their normal price is. And if you buy 4, you get a 5th free. So I'm like, guess what I got? I got 5.
Yeah.
But
and these were $21.99. I guess they're like troop builders. They don't come in the window boxes. They kind of remind me of the like the hand, not the hand, but the Hydra and the AIM soldiers that Hasbro Pulse put out.
Oh yeah. Yep.
And but they're not. They're not. Actually, they come in a baggie inside. There's I mean, it's actually a baggie
Cool. Save it
with
on
the
packaging.
parts and all. But I noticed this, too, is kind of neat because if you notice, they got a file card on the back
Yeah.
and actually got points. I guess they're going to do something sort of like the flag points eventually.
Hmm.
But if you look at the stand, there's a little a slot there so that you can stand the file card up behind
cool.
the figure and display it. And I mean, the artwork's pretty cool too on it. So
Nice.
Yeah, the regular release is, on a window package, and it has the stuff, and of course has all like on the wave like the old G.I. Joe thing. This guy right here, which I think looks like the Cooks, his last name, can't remember. It's like one of the toy guys that reviews and photography. I'm like, that they copied him. I got to get that one there, but I still think the skin tone looks kind of cheap, but maybe it can be fixed or something like that. But yeah, this was a really good investment, especially for fodder troops and pictures and all that kind of stuff. If you just want everything else, because up until now I've been using the old Rick Flag figure from Mattel and stuff like that. So and I had to do but yeah, I don't regret that purchase. Not one little bit.
I don't know if any of y'all have seen the Slaughter in that version though, but they did not do him justice at all.
Yeah,
That is,
he had a huge chin. I mean,
yeah.
he was like bubble gum.
Yeah, Bob. Yeah, or Bob got a chin on him, but yeah, he.
and he's so small.
Yeah.
He's a big guy in real life.
Yeah.
But that figure is so small. Like we were looking at it yesterday. They had one at Rocket City, and that so small, just tiny. They did not do him justice at all. The classified version is 10 times better than.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Unless you're in a Facebook group, you have people that argue with you about that and call you names.
Sure.
And,
They
and
can
threaten
argue all they
you.
want, but the eye tells the truth when you look at it.
Yeah. There's a difference.
Anybody that looks at that and says, "Oh, that's better than the classified," they're a moron. I'm not afraid to say that.
Yeah,
That is an awful, ugly figure, man.
Didn't they do two different ones, two different slaughters?
Yes, and they both look terrible.
There you go.
Yeah. They didn't have all they had. I guess it was because I was looking at the website. I guess basically Wave 3 was all female figures. They had Pandora.
Yeah.
And Kill Switch.
Kill Switch, yes.
But they didn't have Eclipse. And the Eclipse, I was looking at that one on the website. And I kind of like the head on that one. I think you could make a good, do some good custom figures with that one.
The Pandora would be a perfect fit for a Dreadnought.
Yeah. I didn't notice until we was looking at it that she's got like a scar that goes on each side of her mouth like that. Yeah. So.
I think she is Irish, and she's got the Irish smile going on.
Oh Lord.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. She caught some fire right across her head because half her hair was gone. It kind of trimmed it right off of there. Yeah.
Well, I was trying to find a picture I did a while back with comparison of because for longest you had people still saying that the old Toy Biz Scarlet Witch was better than the new Hasbro one they did, and you're kind of going,
Oh Lord.
Like, are you high? I mean, what have you been smoking? So then of course with that being said, then I'm like, well, what have you been smoking? Well, that's what you've been smoking.
That's a great one.
Never give me an excuse to make a meme.
For real. I guess that Slaughter is they were saying is the eyes in the eyes of the beholder, and I ain't gonna be holding her.
Yeah. Or in the eyes through a beer bottle. Get them beer goggles. I was like, I'm gonna drink you pretty.
Yeah, right.
What do we used to call them? The 3 a.m. date.
Yeah.
You get 3 a.m. in the bar, and that's the last one there. You take her home.
But as a bouncer, I had the privilege of being in there when the lights come back on. So I gotta say, sometimes at the end of a shift, you're like, screw it, I'm still going home with her. I'm not going to be here in the morning when she wakes up.
Yeah, right. Your place or your place, right?
I don't want her knowing where I live.
Yeah, when you show up under a bridge, that might change your mind, but you know.
Is there a toll?
All right, quit it.
Okay, Dad.
Oh, you're gonna get me wound up here in a minute, and then I won't be Dad anymore. I'll be that crazy uncle.
Line, Dad. Come on, man. Come on.
Nice.
That's all I got, guys.
That's what you got?
Yeah, that's all I got.
I want to talk about the news and stuff that came out this week, but there's one thing I want to do real quick. And you know what? We've been talking about our childhood, and that's kind of how we all started here. And I ran across this the other day, and I really didn't want this episode to go by without mentioning it. So I just want to read this, and then we'll get back to being a little more lighthearted about things. But Marc Boudreau passed away. And for those of you that don't know, I'll just read this article real quick. Best known for his work on Star Wars, Boudreau retired from Hasbro in 2020 following a 43-year career working on some of the most iconic toys and vehicles inspired by a galaxy far, far away. Boudreau joined Kenner as a University of Cincinnati co-op student in 1977, the year that George Lucas's Star Wars first hit theaters. During his lengthy career, he designed all, guys, think about this, he designed all of the 3 3/4-inch scale Millennium Falcon vehicles, including the Star Wars The Force Awakens battle action version, for which he was honored with a 2015 Taggy Award at the Chicago Toy and Game Fair for excellence in toy design. As senior principal product designer for Hasbro Star Wars teams, Boudreau's work came full circle in 2020 when a 40-year-old toy made its live-action debut on Star Wars The Mandalorian. Developed as an original toy that kids could use to extend the Star Wars adventure at home, the Imperial Troop Transporter never appeared in the original films and didn't enter the Star Wars canon until it appeared in the animated form on Star Wars Rebels. Following its live-action appearance on The Mandalorian on Disney+, the vehicle headed back into stores as part of the Star Wars Vintage Collected lineup. Boudreau also designed the gigantic Jabba's Sails Barge, was successfully crowdfunded through the Hasbro Pulse HasLab platform. I won't read that last part because it really doesn't matter. But there's a statement here from Hasbro that I would like to read. His work had an immeasurable impact on the Star Wars universe, the Hasbro community, and the toy industry overall. He touched so many with his design skills, mentorship, friendship, and his enduring passion and dedication to the Hasbro Star Wars community. Hasbro said in a statement, "We are forever grateful that his legacy lives on through the fans of all ages who will continue to play with the incredible toys that he created and the countless product designers he inspired and mentored throughout his career. Our thoughts and prayers are with his wife, Judy, and their family and friends during this difficult time. Thank you, Mark, for allowing us all to be part of this epic journey. The galaxy will not be the same without you. May the Force be with you always." The likelihood of us collectors not having put our hands on something that he designed over that long a career or was inspired by work, there you go, that this man did. I just didn't, I'm not trying to bring things down, but I didn't want that to pass without mentioning because, whether it's just funny how we can have people in our lives that are so immensely important to us that we maybe never, they come and go a lot like we do. And there's just not, it's not even a blip on our radar, but for him and considering my absolute fierce love of that original Millennium Falcon when I was a kid, I owed him that. So thank you for indulging that for just a minute. So now let's let's get on with the classified stuff. There was a bunch of stuff that come out. Some more of these cute little communiques from Hasbro concerning the HasLab. And I was razzing Shane a little bit with my own conspiracy theory the other day in the private chat we have going on, because he gets excited about this, which I think is fantastic. But I couldn't help it, kind of.
It
It does. It makes me feel like I'm a kid waiting and trying to figure out what's coming. You know, it's just,
from a marketing standpoint, this has actually been pretty genius, because I think we're more hyped up about HasLab than we have been in the past, for sure. Rick's got his opinion that he's going to die on that hill. His quote, not mine. I have to be perfectly honest with you. John has been pretty quiet, other than just offering information, which I think is just plain fuel to the fire. Shane has an opinion. I have to tell you, I have a want, but I'm not convinced it's going to happen. So, Shane, why don't you tell us what your thoughts are on this last communique and what you think the HasLab's going to be?
well, after it come out, I started reading and looking over it, you know, and the main thing that drew my attention was the number 24. So I did some digging. There's only 2 vehicles that had the number 24 that I could find in the G.I. Joe vintage line, and that was the Bridge Layer and the Dragonfly. In one of the emails, it says, or the whatever you want to call them little things, the hints, it says it's going to be a counter to the Hiss tank.
Right.
The Bridge Layer is not going to be a counter to the Hiss tank, unless they're going to pull the bridge out from underneath it when it's trying to get across. So, to me,
So both of them are with a sledgehammer beating on the tank.
Toe Booth knocking them down. So to me, I just have the feeling it's going to be the Dragonfly. We had all this rumble a couple of months ago about, you know, the guy getting fired for leaking the photos and whatnot. And I just feel they're going to continue and go with it. I feel that they put a delay on everything because of that situation. And I do feel like they are going to go with it. But then Rick also said something about the Wolverine being the number 24 vehicle created. And it's a counterpart to the Hiss tank also. But in another message, it says new recruits. And in order to get new recruits, we already have CoverGirl for the Wolverine. So new recruits, Wild Bill, Ripcord, you know, others like that, Lifeline, Airborne, places like that could be in with that line. But then also looking through, I've been reading where people are saying about how the Hiss tank was dropped in hints with the Sky Striker, 3 3/4 inch Sky Striker. So could we get a 3 3/4 inch Dragonfly? HasLab? I don't know. Possibility. We'll never know until they actually release what they're making. But to me, at first when I saw what I believe is the Snowcat on the back of on the cover of the one of the boxes, I was convinced it's going to be a Snowcat.
Right.
But now that with these new hints coming out, I'm very much convinced it's going to be a Dragonfly. That's just my opinion.
What do you think, Rick? What's the hill you're going to die on here?
The Vamp. Talk about new characters. Well, you got Clutch.
Mm-hmm.
A whole bunch of other characters can go with that. Anybody can drive that Jeep. So the Vamp, you've got expansion packs out the yin yang for that. You want to arm it in the back, missile launchers, the gun. You got trailers that can pull. In fact, you know, talk about a character. It could be part of that thing where it pulled the jetpack and stuff to introduce General Hawk.
Yeah, jump back. Yeah.
As long as they put clips on it for surfboards for rock and roll and Clutch, I'm cool with that. You know? So, I mean, it just that even if they don't, that's money. But now Hasbro has nothing against leaving money out there that they could literally print. But you're talking about the Vamp. You've got the rocket launcher. You've got the Slam. You've got all these things that hook up that can pull. Okay, you got different ornaments on the back, like the missile launchers and all that kind of stuff like that. Later on, you can convert that to a retail thing with the Vamp 2 turned into a Stinger. I mean, it's just once they get that base body done, it can be everywhere. It can be this color because, like John showed in his, his little small collection of toys he has. You got 12, 13 different versions of Vamp.
Right.
They've already made the Vamp in like the little small thing that they did here recently, like Jaded Toys and all that stuff. So it's already out in the world there, so it would just be an easy thing for them to do. They, we already know they know how to light up some headlights and stuff because they probably perfected that with the Ghost Rider car that didn't work. I mean, now to get a Dragonfly copter to go against the Hiss, that whole little thing, that's the perfect because the Cobra gunship was known for a tank killer. Yeah. So that would kind of make sense. But again, they're going to have a higher dollar to it, and anything that gets you're talking $400 or such for something that size, unless they put the tail boom down and all that kind of stuff, to where it shrink it and everything. Which I've seen one like that. It's like they've snubbed it up. I'm like, that's not. Of course, now Hasbro did do an Apache chopper for a Joe line years back.
Yep.
I mean, and that is a tank killer. So that's typically a Joe line, and it's a helicopter, but it's not the Dragonfly.
Mm-hmm.
So are they above? Well, we're trying to reach the new crowd. So, and I'm all for that. It's like, I think it's a thing of, well, release more figures. Give us 2 new characters that are awesome. In fact, start at this point, give us on and create some new characters. We're old Joe fans. We knew every year we were getting new people.
Right.
But we didn't do away with the old ones. And we didn't change the old ones. We didn't, stuff. They stayed who they were, and we got new people that went along. Stuff. So, that, like I said, Hasbro just doesn't know what to do with G.I. Joe anymore. I guess because things like the military culture and patriotism and all that stuff, well, that's stuff that us old boomers got into, not in the new group. But the Vamp would be a smart choice, and they could get really high tech with it. Hell, they could make one remote control. Mm-hmm. It'd be real easy to do stuff. So, but once they got that body and all that kind of stuff, I know Hasbro doesn't really like repaints.
Not at all.
But it could be a Stinger, it could be a Vamp, the Vamp 2, the tan one, all that stuff. It's just a whole bunch of, and then you talk about more characters, Stinger driver and everything else. So, and then, but yeah, it's the Vamp could introduce a lot, and each tier, you just, and if they did it right with nice, good rubber wheels, all that stuff, and if you get lights from the headlights and all that I mean, they can make it. They could really, really give you money's worth for, say, $300. About the kind of the Hiss was. That Hiss, all that fancy stuff is a big selling point. Stuff. So, but and they're not really hitting it with fans with other ones stuff because they're struggling to get these HasLabs off the ground. Hasbro. I mean, the Star Wars ones. I think the last 2 of them have failed, haven't they?
Mm-hmm.
The Rancor failed and stuff, and which I mean. And that's bad because I knew some Star Wars collectors that really, really wanted that Rancor.
Mm-hmm.
And it got so close. Hasbro should have said, okay, we're just here. We're only with this. We can just do this and stuff. Right. Maybe even give look, if you'll pay an extra $50 on this, we'll go ahead and make it.
Right.
I bet everybody would have said, sure.
Yeah, exactly.
I got
right.
And stuff. But no, they're not because we shouldn't expect the corporation like Hasbro to care about us. We are customers. That's all we are and stuff. This ain't like you were talking about earlier, a mom and pop store where these people actually care about that foot traffic and all that kind of stuff. Because the thing with mom and pops too is if you're ever in the community, they're liable to run into you somewhere else. They don't, It was the same thing like working in the jail. you work in the jail and then you go home and you work out and stuff and you're going, yeah, that dude, yeah. And then they look at you and you're like, yeah, don't talk to me, dude. It ain't gonna be pretty. I don't want you, stuff like that. But yeah, you always had that in the back of your head that, maybe somebody's gonna walk up behind you in line at Walmart or something that knew you because you're from that community, stuff like that. So, and I always did that with my sales. Always remembered I always used to, one of the jobs I had to leave because they were high pressure. I'm like, I live in this community. I'm not going to do more than I need to or try to oversell, overprice or something like that to somebody because I may run into that person later and my reputation means a lot to me.
Yeah, right.
And my conscience means even more,
Exactly.
So anyways, I mean, the Dragonfly would be awesome, but that's a big step to go. Because a lot of people, I've even heard other collectors talk about, I've got nowhere to display it. That people are already fighting or kind of have an issue with like the bat wing and all that kind of stuff. It's like, well, you got to hang it on the wall. It's not like you're going to put it on the shelf. It's like, we got to on the wall to hang it, stuff. And the Batmobile is kind of a good size and stuff, so it's going to take up your shelf space.
Yep.
And something
Sure.
like the Dragonfly is going to take up a lot of shelf space. Would it be awesome? Why? Yeah, it'd be awesome if they did it right. Lights, all that stuff. Give us a freaking searchlight to go down and all this. Man, you're just talking about stuff because, but yeah, I think it'd hurt just the fact that people I just ain't got room for it. And that's a lot of money for something that I'm gonna have to keep in a box. And that would be me. I would not buy the Dragonfly. If they do the Dragon, I'm out. I'm not interested in it. I don't have nowhere to store it. Display it because 99% of my stuff isn't displayed. It's all in totes. I break it out when I get ready to take pictures. I just don't have room, I ain't got Shane's money or John's museum going on. So, but it's just so, if it does, I'll be disappointed because it's like, where a Vamp, you can put a Jeep up on something really good. I've got my, Halo Jeeps and all that kind of stuff displayed and everything else because you can put figures on them and display more figures on that kind of stuff. And so I'm saying the Vamp, especially with the trailers, it would be more displayable and friendly that way, stuff. And they could make it freaking awesome. I mean, like I said, and then later on, once you get that mode, do a stinger, then you get an ass with that stinger. I said ass. Do the P, YouTube don't be doing it. So, I mean, you just once they got that mode set, they can just remarket it and all that kind of stuff, cut it straight to retail and all that kind of stuff if they wanted to. And Hasbro should be that smart, but
I from a tooling and marketing standpoint and from a collector standpoint, I agree with everything you just said. Between the two, the Vamp would be a much smarter choice than a Dragonfly.
But it's Hasbro, so that's
that's the thing. I mean, but I have to tell you, I'm torn because I remember they're both so iconic and they're both so early in the line that those are the ones that have the most memories attached to them. If that makes any sense. So I have to tell you, John, what do you think?
Okay, John, what do you think?
Yes.
There you go.
Yes.
I don't know. It's going to count the hiss, so I could see them doing a Dragonfly, and then next year I could see them doing the Stinger with an aft to counter the Dragonfly, because the aft to me was always like anti-aircraft,
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, so I think it may be a running thing. It may just take it up now. I don't know. I mean, part of me wants them to do a Dragonfly just because I had a conversation about 3 months ago with a guy who said they wouldn't do it because Lenny said at San Diego Comic-Con that they would not do anything big like that, and that was before the Hiss tank was so successful. So if part of me wants them to do the Dragonfly just so I can say, hey, I told you when money's involved, they don't care. But I mean, and the Dragonfly would be cool, but I'm like Rick, it is going to take up a lot of space. And
Yeah.
Definitely will.
I don't know. You know, I'm trying to figure out where I'm going to put Indiana Jones and the other 5 figures I'm going to buy to go with it. And so that, and then if
I
I'm
saw a
having to
good
contend
spot
with,
last time I was there.
do what?
I saw a good spot the last time I was there.
Oh, you mean where my Rattler and my Night Raven were?
Yeah.
Oh, geez.
Perfect spot.
You got the Night Raven too. I heard about the Rattler. I didn't know you got the.
Yeah, he took out half my Cobra Air Force. I mean, he
Yeah,
took,
talk
I
about
did
anti-aircraft.
catch one of them. I did catch one of them in my defense.
We'll call him AAA Shane from now on. He's just anti-aircraft.
but yeah, I don't.
He's a sleeper agent for G.I. Joe.
Yeah, exactly.
If you ever get a chance to go in John's museum, you will know the excitement. I'm just going to tell you. I had all these warm feelings, and I just couldn't contain myself. I wanted to play.
That was Taco Bell, Shane. Taco
Yeah,
Bell.
that's right. It's those damn biggie bags you guys are always talking about.
We didn't get no biggie bags. That's the problem. But I agree with Rick. You know, a vamp. I would love a vamp also, because I think about the Dreadnought vamp or Striker Stinger.
Yeah. I didn't even think that far ahead, but yeah.
So I
Thunder
mean,
Machine,
Dreadnought man, bring them on, baby.
Well,
I
let's.
don't know. Yeah, I the Dragonfly, like I said, it would be cool. I would definitely love a vamp with a couple of attachments. And I wonder, when they say new recruits, are they talking about new figures to the line, or are they actually talking about new characters? Are they talking about, if it's a Dragonfly, are they going to have maybe a couple of unnamed airmen or something? I don't know.
Let's throw this out here. So here's the deal. Supposedly, we're getting 2 pre-order dates for Yojo June, which is the 14th and the 21st. That does not coincide with San Diego, because San Diego is not until July 19th through the 23rd. So we're talking about 2 separate things here. So Artist Shark posted this quick thing just to stir conversation. This is what we know is coming, right? As far as I don't know if these are the new recruits that are being referenced or what the hell is going on here, honestly. Tunnel Rat, Firefly, Hawk, Lowlight, Tripwire, Grunt, Chuckles, Quick Kick, Mutton Junkyard, Agent Helix, the Steel Core, Snow Serpents, Ripper, Buzzer, the Telefiper with the Trouble Bubble, Big Boa, Ganja Man there. What's his name from Predator 2? What's that guy's name?
Shadow Tracker.
Yes, you go. There you go. The Arctic Bat, which is now confirmed. And then the Tiger Force Dusty and the Python CG, those are both Target exclusive. So those, I don't think those are included in any of this stuff. I'm not so sure. I think the figures that the characters that they're talking about with whatever this HasLab are going to be a lot like the ones that showed up with, the tiers for the Hiss tank. They were previously unannounced, I guess is the best way of putting it. Right. So I have to tell you, from a character perspective, I personally can see the Dragonfly generating more of the characters that I'd actually like to see.
Yeah.
I mean,
Definitely want a Wild Bill.
Bill.
Want a Wild Bill. If you wanted to get a Doc, if they engineered it so that he comes with a litter that attaches to the skids, that would work. You could fit a Lifeline in there. You got Airborne. You got Ripcord. I can see the Dragonfly generating more new characters than the Vamp, because the Vamp was just like, it didn't have, other than Clutch, no one was really attached to it. Do you know what you remember what I'm saying? Other than what it was towing. But Rick's right. I mean, the MMS and all of the rest of it, you can see those as tiers pretty quickly on a Vamp to make it worth.
Right.
Yeah.
That price point, and then each of those gets a figure that comes with it. I get. I don't know.
Y'all remember, all these have been announced to be made.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So General Hawk could come with that base for that jetpack and stuff to be hauled behind the Vamp, and that would introduce General Hawk.
Right.
Grunt, perfect time for him. Put him in the Vamp. He's the basic soldier. He can go with. I don't know. You'd have to Shane, you're kind of the expert with that. The box art. Look at who's on the box art of each of those
Yeah.
toe behind things, and see if that's any of the people coming. And you got tripwire stuff. So I'm pretty sure that it's not a good time for low light. But
No.
what's coming though? These are announced.
Right.
None of them are really aerial inspired.
They're not.
Chuckles,
No,
and Tunnel Rat, but they'd all go with some sort of land vehicle like a Jeep. So Wolverine would be cool, but I really don't want a Wolverine yet. Maybe later that would be kind of cool, but but so you got these characters, still announced it's going to come, but when they're going to release them, they're going to be carded or stuff, or it'd be a good time to. You can throw a Hawk and Grunt in there with that Vamp and stuff. So I think it might be worth looking at the old box art and seeing who came with those figures or those stuff. So,
Well, you could have a Vamp and a Hall. The Vamp come with clutch, and then your first tier would be Grand Slam because he's the one that come with a Hall, or the HAL. Then for the second tier, you could do the MMS. And then the third tier would be the first, the green suit Hawk, because he come with an MMS.
Right.
Yeah.
And that would get you 3 figures and 2 pull behind.
Attachments. Right.
No. And then you could still, let's see, what was the other one? The Whirlwind, which Whirlwind didn't come with anybody, but they could still, who knows, they might throw it in. The Vamp and the Vamp and the Whirlwind, and then maybe add those others as tiers or something. I don't know,
Yeah, and Flash came with the jump pad, right?
No, wait. Grand Slam come with the silver pad. Grand Slam come with the jump jetpack.
Okay.
When the jump first come out, it didn't come with a figure. Then the second year they put the silver pad Grand Slam with it.
Okay, that makes sense.
Pad, the orange pad Grand Slam come with the HAL, the Hall.
Okay.
Right. Or if I got that back.
Hawk was definitely with the MMS. I do remember that specifically. Yeah. I don't know. There's a part of me that would like to see Hasbro just go big and either start offering, if it's going to be a Vamp, there's got to be toe behinds, because man, they took a real shot over that. They made a big deal about that trailer hitch being on the Hiss and then having absolutely nothing to attach to it.
And I don't think Scrap Iron's little missile launcher is going to be the whole sole purpose for that ball.
No,
can't be.
No,
not at all. But on the Vamp, all you have is clutch as a figure, and on the Dragonfly, you've got Wild Bill and Airborne.
Yep,
the box art, and we all know that the vintage Doc stretcher will fit on the Vamp or the Dragonfly. So
right.
And the only thing I that just has me thinking this at all is the whole new recruits, and I don't think with the new recruits they're going to be releasing what we already know we're getting as a kid.
Yeah, I don't either. Yeah, I don't know.
Because we already know we're getting them. So, and they surprised us with Cobra Commander.
Yeah, that was an oddball for
and right now, the way the Hiss sold as quickly as it funded, why not push the Dragonfly? I would love to have a Vamp. That would be anything. Just bring me anything. I don't care. Really. But I just think that they will. I think it'll be the Dragonfly. And like Rick, I'm gonna die on that hill until the next messages come out and I find something else that I feel different.
So, do you guys think that we're gonna know either the 14th or the 21st of next month, or you think they're gonna stretch this out?
I think
further into the summer
after shipment of the Hiss. Well, I think it will be. I think it'll be either the week after or maybe 2 weeks after the Hisses start shipping.
I don't know. It depends if they hope because they were doing Marvel in August, but then the Hiss hit in August last year, right?
It was September, wasn't it?
Because you had was it September?
I think
it was.
Because I know in August or the end of July and most of August they had the Sentinel, and then the next year at the same time period they had Black. Mm-hmm. Didn't Ghost Rider's car come out after the Hiss?
Yeah.
Because I was thinking the Hiss come out right after San Diego Comic-Con, which would have been the same time.
Actually, I was wrong. It was June 29th when the Hiss.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, so
So if
they
they've
may do it
changed,
again in
Very
June.
well could be.
yeah, if
Well-
they replace Marvel slot with G.I. Joe as far as that time period,
Mm,
then you're probably going to get it before you get the Hiss, because the Hiss won't ship until late September.
okay,
You know,
so
the Vamp Series 3 came out in 1984. Its box art has the regular Recondo and
Mm.
Mutt in it.
really, that's interesting, isn't it?
And it's pulling the Hal. So
The Hal. Yeah.
Yeah.
that's the box art. It's Recondo and Mutt. So
But
not
they've
even.
already, once again, they've already announced Mutt and Junkyard.
Yes.
Yeah, they just said they was going to make it. They didn't say how.
I just
So-
feel like what we get with a HasLab will be something brand new that we don't know is coming.
That'd be
just
nice.
I mean, that's just what I don't know. I may be wrong. I'm not saying I'm completely right, but I'm on my heel.
Planted that flag, and that's it.
Yep.
The hard thing is I got to say about next month, we got a lot of figures that we need to pre-order. I can't imagine that they're going to want us to pre-order a bunch of figures for a release of maybe February or March of next year, and drop another $300 or $400 on a HasLab in the same month. That'd be a big ask on Hasbro's part for for the collectors.
Well, they have when they released the Sky Striker. It was right when they released the
Freaking Christmas.
Sentinel and everything. People were like,
Yeah.
"Okay, which one do I want to buy? Because I can't afford all of them."
Yeah, that was Christmas time, and that was a real kick in the head.
I think that hurt. I think that and the Ghost packs was what hurt the Rancor.
Mm-hmm.
I really
Yeah.
do.
Yeah,
I think a lot of people ordered the Proton pack, and then they revealed the Rancor, and they probably wouldn't have got the Proton pack if it hadn't been for the, if they'd known about the Rancor beforehand.
right.
Well, I got a Sentinel, and if I would known they were going to make Galactus next, I would have waited and got Galactus because I
Right.
just had Galactus because the Sentinel's X-Men thing, and I'm not a big X-Men fan, but it's the size of a small child, so it's awesome.
Yes.
That's why Shane can't come to my house if he's kicking my toys. So,
Yeah.
Thank you.
Nice. Well, 8:58. So that was a good conversation. I don't know. I don't know. I think some of the speculation is fun. Some of the guesses have been actually very entertaining because like the 24 stuff and everything else. I mean, it's a number on the top of a fake file strewn on a desk, I mean, it could be a complete and total goose.
It could be 100%.
Right. I
they,
mean,
they could just be meaning 2024 because that's when it'd be released, and they just know that they
or
put
21,
24.
24, the way things are going. I mean, it's like,
Yeah.
Of course, if they were smart, even if they make the Dragonfly, they need to be paying attention to these groups, what people are saying, why they think this and everything else, because that's to be a big marketing tool for them.
yeah, for sure.
I definitely think in the bigger group they have people in there looking and seeing. I definitely do believe that.
Oh yeah, they got to be monitoring these groups. They have.
I remember when we had the forums on Matty Collector years ago. There were reps for Mattel that were in there openly,
Right.
so that if you asked questions within 24 hours, you were answered or corrected or whatever, because that was pretty cool. But
You wouldn't do that nowadays because all you had
it was different then.
complaining and everything.
Oh
else.
yeah, they would hound them to death, and it was different then. This new breed is something else, but so I don't know, gentlemen. Another fantastic episode.
Yes, sir.
Guys did great. I don't know what we're doing next week. By all means, Shane, if you can get any of these folks up your way to do an episode, we'll do it.
I believe next Sunday we're going to be off, right? Going to be every other Sunday.
Yes, we're going to play that now.
Well, it's already every other Sunday because I work.
Yeah.
every other Sunday, so-
Right. Yeah. So we were scheduled for next Monday, but
And Monday was Monday was supposed to have been an hour-long session.
Well, yeah, but that, that's okay too.
Since we're broadcasting, I won't say no. It's not okay.
That's right. That's right. Yeah, that episode was a surprise. It was good, but I didn't expect to have that much information. So
Very informative.
Yeah.
So,
Like I said, I was just excited to find out about the 15% off. Anywhere I can save money on action figures, I'm all for it.
there you go.
For real.
I know. I have the greatest way ever to save money on action figures. Are you listening, everybody? Don't buy them.
Oh,
That's what Nancy tells me all the time.
That's
I
horrible
said,
advice.
I can
it's
stop
on
when I want
clearance.
to.
She said, "What? Save you even more money? Just don't buy it." She tells me that all the time.
I don't have a problem. I can stop whenever I want to.
I just don't want to.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't have a problem. I spend all the money I have left after bills, and I'm broke the rest of the week. No problem.
None at all. I can eat crackers.
Somebody else might have a problem with that, but not me.
Well, you kind of got to pay your bills first, because if you don't, they'll cancel your credit card and there go all your pre-orders.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. Exactly.
So see, it kind of helps each other out. It's like,
Yep, 100.
Viewers, hit the subscribe button, would you? I mean, seriously, it's not going to kill you. You don't get shocked if you touch it.
Shane won't kick you, we promise.
Well, I don't know about that. I don't know if I'll go that far. But
I make
And
promises
if he
I
does,
can
we'll
might
get
kick
Marshall
you.
and kick him back.
he might kick you if you don't hit the subscribe button.
keep. Don't make
there you go.
promises I cannot keep, guys.
so, yes, you know what? As far as next week, stay tuned. We'll figure that out amongst ourselves and fill you in. But until then, push the subscribe button. Go get caught up on last week's or whatever. And
Support
great
local.
job, gentlemen.
Good night.
We'll see you guys in a week or not in 2 weeks, whichever it works out. We'll let you know. How's that?
Good night, guys.
We're old. We may not even make it that far.
Yeah.